What's good, y'all? It's your guy Bendu, and I'm coming at y'all with another video today. And I want to talk about the situation that went down at the Capitol with Max Blumenthal. So I believe this happened yesterday. I believe so. It happened on Tuesday. But Max Blumenthal, he went to the Capitol again for the second time because I think he went on Monday as well. But on Monday, he got great footage with Cori Bush. I want to be covering that too as well. I may post it on Friday, though. I may post it on Friday. I may post it tonight. I don't know yet. Or I'm thinking about doing a live stream tomorrow. I don't know yet, though. It'll be the first time I've done one in a while. Like you already know, I crashed and burned the first 2 times I tried live streaming. So I was just like, fuck it. I'll wait. But I've been trying. I might try to do a live stream tomorrow. So I might talk about it tomorrow. Stay keep your heads stay posted on Twitter. So, you know, check Twitter and see, then I'll post it on then, or I'll post it on there if I'm gonna do it. But the specific situation I'm talking about at the Capitol is when Adam Schiff, or when Max Blumenthal met Adam Schiff, or as I and Trump like to call him, Adam Shit. So let's go ahead and get into that. So I hope I'm saying his name right. I tend to butcher people's name, but this is Avshin Ratanzi. He's the Going Underground guy. I love his show, man. I really dig his show on RT. But he said Max Blumenthal tells it like it is, as DNC types tried to isolate the catastrophic congressional failure over temporary eviction holidays from the eviction, death and wounding of tens of millions by the United States military-industrial complexes. Representative Adam Schiff. So what he's referencing there, and everything he said is right. So as y'all know, Cori Bush, you know, she protested outside of the Capitol building, and to get the eviction moratorium reinstated. Why she didn't go out there and protest for, you know, canceling the rent. You know, there's a whole bunch of things they could do. I'm gonna cover, like I said, I'm gonna cover that in the other Max Blumenthal video, because I'm gonna cover Franco, what the footage Franco got as well. But it's just crazy, you know, it's crazy to see this, because let's get into it. You'll understand. So this is Max Blumenthal so I was explaining, my fault. My mind's everywhere tonight. So I was explaining, Cori Bush is out there protesting, as y'all know, for the, you know, protesting for the eviction moratorium. And you know, Max Blumenthal went out there to talk to people and everything, and like I said, he talked to her. But Adam Schiff, you know, a whole bunch of different politicians came out. Bernie came out. I think they said Kamala came out. I think, I don't know for sure. That's what I heard. And Adam Schiff came out. Now, if any of you read The Gray Zone or any of Max Blumenthal's work, you know Max Blumenthal is no fan of Adam Schiff. So here we go with Max Blumenthal. So Representative Adam Schiff, one of the most pro-war anti-Palestinian Democrats in Congress, showed up at the eviction moratorium protest for a photo op with Jesse Jackson today. I asked him if the $4 billion for apartheid Israel and regime change wars he supports should instead be spent on free housing. All right, so let's get into this. Go ahead and play
Representative Schiff, do you think we could reallocate $4 billion from apartheid Israel to free housing for Americans? The $4 billion that you allocate every year to apartheid Israel?
So this tactic that they use, that a lot of elected officials use, like he just did right there, that whole ignoring him thing, because they did this to Franco. They did this to Franco as well. Like, these are the people you're supposed to be representing. Okay, these are the American people. You have to answer that fucking question. Honestly, I think that should be a law. If you're an elected official, you should be required to answer as many questions from constituents and journalists as you can. That is fucking bullshit right there. That is bullshit.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out here.
And if Cori Bush was the activist people keep telling me that she is, she should have walked up to Adam Schiff and asked him to answer that fucking question. Matter of fact, she should be asking him this question, not Max Blumenthal. She should be asking him this, but she's not.
Why Jesse Jackson opposes all the wars you support?
So like Max said, he went out there to get a photo with Jesse Jackson because Jesse Jackson was out there. And yeah.
Representative Schiff, Jesse Jackson opposes all the wars you support.
Can we give them a moment, please? Can we just give them a moment, please?
And that is the worst, in my opinion. And y'all could like say whatever you want, but like I already know I'm gonna pop my shit. you know, just to see black people defending a scumbag piece of shit like this that does not give a fuck about black people at all, is fucking ridiculous. It's insane. I really don't get that bullshit, dog. Like, I really don't.
What about is there any war you have opposed, Representative Schiff? Is there any war you've opposed? Those wars cost a lot that could be spent on housing for Americans.
Can you just give them a moment, please?
Yeah. This isn't just a matter of different politicians having different.
So I liked what he said. This isn't just a matter. I'm gonna read it, and then obviously he's gonna finish saying it. But this isn't just a matter of different politicians having different solutions to help us reach common goals. It's yet another front in this country's ongoing war against the poor. So Michael Brooks said that, and I like that song. Even though you already know, I did not. I wasn't the biggest fan of Michael Brooks when he was here. I tend to not like to speak, ill of the dead unless it's like somebody that's really scummy. And to me, Michael Brooks wasn't that. He just basically how y'all have seen me talk about people like Sam Cedar, people like that. Not more so Cenk Uygur, but people like Sam Cedar. That's how I felt about Michael Brooks. I'll say that because I don't like to disrespect the dead personally. He's not here to defend himself, so it's no point for me to be talking shit about him. Like, he's gone. I don't talk shit about dead men.
Solutions to help us reach common goals. It's yet another front in this country's ongoing war against the poor.
What has Adam Schiff done but talk about a new Cold War with Russia, supporting Israel, giving money to war instead of the poor? He stands for everything Martin Luther King was against, and he's here for a phony photo op. This pro-war right-wing Democrat wants a photo op with Jesse Jackson when Jesse Jackson opposes every war that he supported. Why did you support the genocide in Yemen? Why do you support
and that guy? So the Indian guy. So that Indian guy there. Well, I don't know if he's Indian. I don't mean to miss ethnicity him or whatever fucking terms these SJWs come up with nowadays. But that guy that just took a selfie with him. There's actually another video they put up where he confronted Max and walked up to him and was like, "How do you feel about the Uyghur this then?" Nigga. And Max kind of snapped. Max like, "Man, get your little bitch ass boot looking ass out my face." I'm like, yo, he fucking, you could tell he was pissed because I'm pretty like I'd assume a couple people did not like him doing this to Adam Schiff, and especially like the questioning he asked Cori Bush the night before. But this is what journalism. Journalism isn't kissing the asses of these politicians. Journalism is doing exactly what Max Blumenthal is doing right now and doing what Franco did as well. That's journalism. So the fact that he's getting castigated for that is ridiculous. And I'm all for him snapping the way he did on that one guy. But like I said, that one guy, like, he snapped on him, but they walked up, you're asking him about Chinese genocide, Uyghur genocide, that Max has brought facts to debunk that narrative. He's brought facts and evidence to debunk that narrative. Nobody's ever argued back against the facts of what Max is saying. They try to discredit him and smear him. Whereas you're literally Cori Bush you're literally okay with Cori Bush shaking hands with somebody who like promoted the Iraq war, the Saudi Arabia bombing in Yemen, the bombing in Libya where Barack Obama brought slavery back to the continent of Africa. And Cori Bush talks about white supremacy and how racist Trump was and how white supremacy, runs deep in the Republican Party. It runs deep in the Democratic too, in the Democratic Party too, shorty. The Democratic Party is the party of the Klan. Okay, so yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was interesting too.
Palestinians. Why not? He's a pro-war legislator.
Can you please stop?
Public space.
This is something.
So I found this funny. Somebody called her Save the. Somebody on Twitter called her Save the Sea Turtle Samantha. And I put out on Twitter, I was like, Save the Sea Turtle Samantha is the new Karen. Because this is some bullshit. Why are you coming at him for castigating a warmongering politician? A warmongering politician. It's not like he's screaming at him for like, some domestic dispute or policy, like which he should eat like even more, but this is about war. Like, this guy is responsible for the deaths of so many fucking people because of his stances on war. Like, he's no different than Dick Cheney or George. This is Dick Cheney or George Bush. Honestly, they probably still be shaking their hands right now. But I'd like to believe that they wouldn't be, and they would be castigating these people. Like, get the fuck out of here. Bye. And it's just very telling who these people align themselves with and who these people allow around them. Very telling.
Brutal assaults on Palestinians.
So here comes Save the Sea Turtle Samantha.
Can you please stop? This is something not about
You don't
this.
control this. The people
I
control
don't,
this.
but they're here with their time. They are taking time for us as the people.
Yeah, he's taking his time from pushing more war to come out and see and take photo ops with Jesse Jackson. He's not out here for poor people. He doesn't give a fuck about the eviction moratorium or any of that shit. If he was, he would be doing something. He has the ear of Nancy Pelosi. He will be doing something. And I want to be covering. I want to cover that in an article coming up. I just want to get through this video.
Photo op. He
No,
gives
he
all
is
our
not.
money to war.
Please stop.
War is part of the topic.
Look, you have the freedom of speech, but this is about something else. This is about people's homes.
And Max is going to make this point. But the reason why these people don't have fucking homes is because we're spending it on war that Adam Schiff votes for. He's voted for every increase in the military budget. He's been in favor of every fucking war. If you can't see this, these are the pillars of, I forget exactly what it's what the wording for it is, but Martin Luther King talked about this shit. Malcolm X talked about this shit. All of these activists, these white Save the Sea Turtle Samanthas like to bring up, like, oh, Malcolm X said this. They always mention their milk toast shit. Malcolm X didn't stand for this shit. Malcolm X was shitting on the Democratic Party, okay? Back in his day. That's what Malcolm X was doing. When people like this, so I don't know if y'all saw it, and I don't think I could play the clip. I would play the clip, but I think WB would yank, would fucking put a copyright strike on my video and y'all won't be able to see it. So I'll just describe it. There's a scene in the Malcolm X movie by Spike Lee, and I love that movie so much. There's a scene where Malcolm X is going to speak at a university, and this white girl, she was wearing like the Black Panther hat and everything and the black leather jacket. And she walked up to him, she's like, oh my God, Mr. X, I'm so entranced by your movement, this, that, and the third. And I just want to know if there's anything I can do to help you, with your movement. And Malcolm X looked at her dead ass and said nothing. Walked right by her. And that, like, and I'm not saying that's my direction and shit like that. But these is how these niggas was back then. They wasn't playing this little bullshit game you're playing right now. Cory Bush should know better. This bullshit game that Cory Bush is playing right now.
Yes.
People are going through a crisis
Why are we spending $4
right now.
billion on Israel every year instead of free housing
$4 billion. $4
for
billion.
Americans?
Thank you so much.
$5 trillion.
Which Adam Schiff doesn't agree. He should be pressured.
If you all agree, why is he there? If y'all all agree, why are you not saying the same shit that he's saying right now?
This is not your friend. $4 billion a year.
And this was scary, dog. This was scary. And this is why people like Jimmy Dore talk about the effect the squad has, the negative effect the squad has. Because all of these young people, are going along with this, pretending like, and it's a shame. It's really a shame. Because they don't understand. They don't get the correlation between all those things Max was just talking about. And they're going to grow up to be little Rachel Maddows. They're going to grow They're going to grow up to be little fucking Sam Cedars. They're going to grow up to be fucking Emma Vigilance. Those fuckers of the world. That's what these people are going to, grow up to be. But they're already grown. But you know what the fuck I mean. So the fact that nobody, oh my God, this is sad. This is bad. This is not good.
To apartheid Israel, we need to put pressure on these people who are giving our money away that should be spent on free housing.
They think
Representative Schiff.
they think he's just some crazy kook. That's how they were looking at him. Look at this shit. I want to go back to it.
Doesn't agree. He should be
Yeah,
pressured.
Fuck out of
This
here.
is not your
Fuck out of
friend.
here.
$4
this
billion
shit.
a year to apartheid Israel.
Look
We
at
need
this
to
shit,
put
man.
pressure on these people who are giving our money away that should be spent on free housing.
This is a damn shame. That's a damn shame. Here we go. He right back at it.
Responsible for the eviction crisis. Representative Schiff, is Putin responsible for the eviction crisis? Is Putin responsible? Is it Vladimir Putin's fault again?
That shit was so hilarious, dog.
Does anyone know where the DNC hard drive is anyway? All you talk about is Putin and Russia raising the military budget.
Look at him,
all you talk about is Putin.
He's like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's talking about. This is the same guy that was on. So they're looking at Max like he's the kook conspiracy guy. This is the guy pushing Russiagate for 4 fucking years. It got to the point where even some of his own, like Chuck Schumer and all them, were like, all right, man, like, give it, because it was bullshit. And he's pretending like he didn't. I don't know what this crazy guy's talking about. This guy over, nothing to see here, folks. He's a crazy kook. No, you're the crazy kook.
Putin and Russia raising the military budget that could be spent on housing for Americans.
And that is exactly
raising the military budget that could be spent on housing. All you talk about is Putin and Russia raising the military budget that could be spent on housing for Americans. How about Venezuela, which builds free housing for its people? You support sanctions to destroy their housing program for their people. You support every war. What are you doing here pretending to be on Jesse Jackson's side when Jesse Jackson has stood against all the wars you support? He stood against the war. You should be challenged from the left. Jesse Jackson stood against the U.S. war on Cuba that you support.
This is insane. They're and it's so inferior because they're looking at him like he's the problem. Like Max Blumenthal is the problem. Max Blumenthal, who travels to these poor countries to tell these people stories. Max Blumenthal, who travels to the war zones and where havoc was wreaked upon these people by people like Adam Schiff making these decisions from the fucking Capitol building, from DC. And I have it on good authority. I have it on authority from sources I trust, which everybody fucking knows this. It's not, but like I have firsthand knowledge of people telling me this, of, you know, that this motherfucker is CIA'd up to the eyeballs. All that Russia shit. He's literally, he has the CIA's hand up his ass, and every time he talks, you can see their fingers moving his lips. That's who Adam Schiff is. So that's why he got it. Never mind, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say all that. But that's who Adam Schiff is.
Economically, yes.
And again, it's just crazy that they're upset at Max Blumenthal. And this is, you know, here's Adam Schiff lining up for a photo op and praying with Jesse Jackson, who has consistently spoke out against the costly and inhuman wars Schiff supports. Like little fucking worms like this, man. This is fucking insane. And he says, I wrote this in 2018 on Adam Schiff's warmongering, his arms industries backers, and his role in securing a lucrative weapons deal for those donors. Since entering Congress in 2002, Schiff hasn't met a war he didn't like. He has backed the invasion of Iraq, chaired on NATO's regime change operation in Libya, heartily endorsed the U.S.-Saudi war on Yemen, clamored for direct U.S. intervention in Syria, and lent his signature his signature to virtually every APAC crafted resolution that has landed on his desk. And the arms industry has rewarded Schiff handsomely, pumping over $70,000 into his campaign coffers in 2016. Schiff's largest donor this past campaign cycle at $12,700 and individuals plus packs was Northrop Grumman, the defense giant. Raytheon, the manufacturer of the Javelin anti-tank missile system, was close behind it with $10,000 in contributions. In all, arms giants accounted for over 1/6 of Schiff's total donations. Back in 2013, Schiff was treated to a $2,500 per head campaign fundraiser by a Ukrainian-born, California-based arms merchant named Igor Pasternak. The war in Donbass has been a boon for Pasternak, earning him a lucrative contract to supply the Ukrainian State Border Guard with integrated surveillance systems and a subsequent deal to help replace the Ukrainian military's AK-47 rifles with a version of the M16. Given Schiff's history, it was little surprise when he thrust himself headlong into the paranoid theater of Russiagate by casting suspicion on every attempt at diplomacy and driving the resurgence of Cold War hostility between Washington and Moscow. He was poised to deliver another cash cow to his benefactors in the arms industry. So that is who Adam Schiff is. And I'm going to be doing another article today talking more about Adam Schiff. And it's insane. And I just saw the tweet. I saw the guy who tweeted out here he is. His name is Correcting the Record with Guillotines. His is at Set Pixels. Dog, that shit was hilarious. He said, I love how Save This Sea Turtle Samantha tried to get you to stop asking the war criminal about his imperious policy positions, which directly affect the entire planet and drain resources that can actually be used to help people by saying this is about the poor's losing their homes. God, man. So that is that is Max Blumenthal's Adam Schiff thread that I found so dope. And the reasoning why this is so important, the reason why I'm talking about this is because Max Blumenthal is correct, man. All of this money we spend on war could be used to give housing to people that don't have housing or are constantly in trouble with their housing, whether they're sleeping in their fucking cars or they're moving from family member to friend, moving into different homes and shit like that. Like, and then on top of that, you have the fucking the financial firms coming in buying up all these properties and shit, man. It's insane. And obviously from the right, you're always going to get the right defending the owner class. But in a way, I don't blame them necessarily because they've been indoctrinated into this, in my opinion, in this hyper individualistic mindset that capitalism breeds. And this this mindset that leads to you going against your fellow working class comrades to become part of the owner class. Like that's basically what this is. So when people talk about housing, that's the way Americans accumulate wealth. That's literally taking a path to the owner class. That is literally what that is. And I'm not saying that's inherently a bad thing. Like, I'm not here saying owning your house is a bad thing. What I'm saying is you shouldn't have your retirement, your financial well-being should not be decided upon your fucking house. That's insane. Whether you have a comfortable, end of, like remaining half of your life should not be determined upon your fucking house. Like that shit, like, in my opinion, like if you really want people to have more wealth, take care of the basics. In my opinion, we should have free housing. We should have, free like food for people. Nobody should be going hungry. Like that's ridiculous. And you got the people that be like, oh, well, there's too many mouths on the planet, overpopulation. No, the problem's not overpopulation. The problem is overconsumption. The problem is, people, like a small limited group of people having everything and more. That's the problem. Overpopulation is not the problem. Overconsumption is the problem, and the richest amongst us, the wealthiest amongst us, are the bigger problem. When it comes to like climate change and shit like that, there was a BBC article I've been meaning to cover it. I'm going to cover it. I might do it Friday just to get it out the way, but and get it out to y'all. But they were talking about how like literally the 1% make up for like 70% of the fucking pollution on the planet. Like. And they like to put it on poor people. Poor people need to stop doing this, that, and the third. I'm like, no, y'all niggas need to. So, again, great job by Max Blumenthal, man. I have some news coming up for y'all. I might tell y'all Friday, but man, I got some news for y'all. But Max Blumenthal, man, I like he's one of the people I want to have on the show. Definitely, dog. Like I'm starting to reach out to different people, to come on as guests and everything. And as part of like the Talks Talk. So when I have guests on, they're going to be on like the Talks Talk podcast. Like, and I'll chop them up into like Talks Talk clips because I'm trying to turn, get American Autopsy. I'm trying to form it to being more about the like Talks Talk podcast now. And then I post like those clips here, kind of like what Secular Talk does, like, what Kyle Kalinske does. Like and I didn't know this. I just thought he had a YouTube channel called Secular Talk, but he has like a radio show or something like that. And he chops up his show into clips and posts like literally every segment you see, I'm pretty sure is from like his show, aside from when he's like sitting in his crib, doing videos and shit. But I'm pretty sure like every clip, everything you see on his YouTube channel is from like, for the most part, is from his show that he chops up into clips and shit. So. But yeah, I definitely want to have Max on this show one day, man. He's probably my favorite journalist, second favorite, because Whitney Webb. It's literally him and Whitney Webb, man. I love their fucking work. And Glenn Greenwald's up there for me too. I like how he pisses off the shit libs. It's so amazing. It's so amazing how he pisses off the shit libs. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the video out there. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Emphasis on all that. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Punch up.